Spectator Sport.
Holland Jungle.
Welcome to the sport. Spectator Sport is what we call it.
Spectators, welcome to the sport.
Spectator Sport.
All right, we have another exciting week of sports and life to discuss and dissect. Before I do that, I want to say a big thanks and big shout outs to my barber, the guy that keeps me fresh to death, Hooley with J&S Pro Shops. Catch those boys down in North Miami. If you're ever in North Miami,
J&S Pro Cuts.
these are the guys you want to see. Well, it's been a really crazy week with sports. I mean, just unbelievable. The amount of carnage that we've witnessed this week. It's just been a real crazy week. We always talk about how frail things are and how life is so fragile. This past week has been no different. We've seen more and more examples, from the passing of Gaddafi and Al Davis to the tragic death of Dan Weldon in a fiery blaze. I mean, that crash was unbelievable. What the hell is going on, literally? I mean, it's like the guy was in friggin' hell. I mean, you got cars all over the place, fire everywhere. You got Gaddafi being drugged through the streets. I feel like I'm in a bad end of the world movie.
Oh my gosh. The only thing I can say about this Gaddafi thing, I'm reading that report on Yahoo that cost the United States $1 billion to kill one person.
The $1 billion man.
The $1 billion man, that's ridiculous. I mean, like I said, I defend my government, and I love my government. I stand behind my government, but come on.
Please make it known. This guy stands behind his government.
$1 billion, man, for this? Come on, Obama. That's just a little ridiculous. That's not our business. Yo, these people in his country, you cannot go up against. That's like us going up against Obama. If you feel that you're betrayed him, yes, he has to kill you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but for us to pay $1 billion to kill this man, and for my brother has to go down to the DMV today to pay $63 for an ID that costs more than his registration, that's ridiculous. I see why, because that money has to go to the government to go kill a man for $1 billion. It's too much for me at this point in time. Like I said, I stand behind my government, but I can't back you on that one.
You stand behind them by not backing them. That's good to know. I stand behind you, but I don't agree with what you're saying. But hey, let's say this. I mean, it's a lot going on all around the world. I mean, you got spectators all around the world in a frenzy, from Greece to Wall Street. I mean, what's going on? I mean, you got guys in Greece going crazy. These guys are revolting. I mean, what? Tell me something, Josh. I mean, what do you think about this Wall Street crap? You got these guys occupying Wall Street. You got Russell Simmons, P. Diddy, all these big time. These guys are occupying Wall Street. And then you get down to New York, and no one's at Wall Street.
I don't know, man. That's where the money's at. I mean, I can't really speak too much on that. I mean, Wall Street is, that's where the money is. That's where those guys, that's how they make their money at the end of the day.
Well, this is what it is. We're here to give a voice to the spectators, a vehicle, as you may. The climate in the world seems to be very fragile. I mean, Josh, things just seem ready to burst. Unemployment and a falling economy. The end of the tunnel seems far away. But don't worry, we got the Black Republican to the rescue. Kane!
Get out of here with that cat, man.
Kane, not able.
I seen this guy over here. He's be talking trash about his Obama.
We got the Black Republicans to the rescue.
Sit down somewhere. What are you going to do, dude?
What are you trying to tell me?
What are you going to do? You're not going to do anything. Stop trying to put all this mess on Obama. That guy's not going to do anything. That guy's an idiot.
It is Obama's fault.
Obviously, he wants to be president, so that's why he's going to speak bad about Obama. But trust me, that guy has no plan that he's going to put in action. Oh, yeah, go to Washington and find out why you guys have no jobs. What are you talking? What is Washington going to do? They can try to implement all the plans they want, but at the end of the day, it's about employers. It's about these big businesses having companies and other countries where they're going to pay people cheaper to make more money. So this guy needs to stop running his mouth. Like he's going to come into office, and he's going to run for president. He's going to come into office, and he's going to change this world, this economy. Get out of here, dude. It doesn't work like that.
Come on, Josh. Everybody loves pizza. You can't tell me you don't love the pizza man. This guy's a Black Republican. Enough said. I mean, come on.
He's a black bum.
Let's look at the Democratic-Republican poker game. This is how it went down. The Democrats say, hey, I'm going to drop a black president of mixed descent. And the Republican was like, I'll see your black Democrat and raise you a blacker Republican. What Christian conservative views?
You wildin' fool. You need to back off the government, man.
Hey, no disrespect to our government. We're happy with all the beautiful work that you guys done. I mean, you guys get the job done, even if it costs $1 million to kill one guy.
$1 billion.
$1 billion to kill one guy who's on his way out anyway and was trying to pass his power to his son. Even though the people wasn't gonna let him in there, but hey, we spent $1 billion on it. That's the worst $1 billion spent this side of friggin' Mason-Dixon line. I mean, what are you telling me? You spent $1 billion to kill a guy who was irrelevant?
That's horrible. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to talk about the government. Let's move on, man. The government just...
Can you say black on black crime? But I digress. Let's get back to the shallow, worthless existence that uses sports as an escape from the reality of life. Spectators, time to spectate.
Spectator sport.
Josh, I got a question for you. Let's go ahead to the first topic. Which death do you think drives a bigger story in society we live in the society we live in? What death you think is going to be or was the much bigger story? The death of Muammar Gaddafi, Dan Weldon, or Al Davis? I know what I think you're going to say.
I'm going with old Al, man. Al, just, look what he did for football, man. Al was just a great man.
My point exactly.
He made a lot of horrible decisions in his, later on in his GM owner days. But, Al is just, he's a great man. I mean, the things that he's done, in the past, the trades, and, they're still doing it. Carson Palmer to the Raiders for 2 first-round draft picks. Well, a conditional first-rounder if they make the playoffs in 2013. This is the move Al Davis would make. This is why people love Al Davis.
I love Al Davis, but I got to say, Al Davis must have made that move from the grave. Because if you give up a first-rounder and a second-round pick for a bum who has not won one playoff game, are you kidding me?
A conditional second round. If they make the playoffs and they win, they get the first round in 2013.
Man, it should have been a conditional on anything because Carson Palmer sucks. It should have been on condition of him not sucking.
Well, we disagree on that. I don't think Carson sucks personally. To be honest with you, I think it's a good move. I mean, I think it probably give him a little bit too much, but if you think that's your guy, he's going to get you to the playoffs and get you over the top. No, you didn't give up too much because you have a bunch of first rounds on that team as of right now, and most of them not even in the league no more. So at this point in time, if you think Carson is going to be that guy to get you to the playoffs, and Jason Campbell's not, obviously, I don't think they didn't give up anything to me at that point in time because you're messing with unknowns when you're drafting players. Carson Palmer is a known, even though he hasn't won a playoff game, but we know he can play quarterback in the NFL.
And we know he sucks at playing quarterback in the NFL.
I don't agree with that,
That's
sir.
a known.
I don't agree with that, sir.
And now back to the topic.
Spectator sport.
So you decided to choose Al Davis. So the death of Dan Weldon and Gaddafi you felt wasn't as big of a story as Al Davis.
Why is Gaddafi? What does Gaddafi have to do with me? I don't even know this man. I don't even know what we were over there for. I just know the man said something about he's not going to show no mercy on his people. I would not show no mercy on me if they betrayed me. I mean, I don't care about Gaddafi. That's it. That's their business. And Dan Wells, I don't even know who he is. So I can't really speak of him. Al Davis, yeah, it was more close to me than these other two gentlemen.
Dan Weldon was the British F1 driver who passed away recently in a fiery blaze. But personally, I would say the Gaddafi story drives a bigger worldwide story. I just think the world overall would take much more to the story of a political figure, head of a country, over the death of some gladiator, some guy driving a car, and some owner of a sporting.
But why though? Who cares what's going on with this guy in his country? That's not our business at the end of the day.
Are you kidding me?
We're too nosy.
I mean, we live in a world what is it? A world society? I mean, we live in a.
Listen to me. If you're not from Libya,
we live in a global society.
Listen
so
to me. If you're not from Libya,
listen
to me. If you're not from Libya, it has nothing to do with you. Because you know why? You have no family over there. Yes, I understand your American tax dollars is being spent over there, but what can you really do about that at the end of the day?
Hey,
so at the end of the day, that stuff is not going to affect you. This NASCAR driver, you know, that's going to affect a lot of people in America, and also Al Davis. That hit a lot of people's hearts. There's a lot. Football is life in America.
Football is not life. Disclaimer, please understand it. The views expressed by this idiot is not the views of Spectator Sport.
I'm not the idiot. I'm just telling you what it is and how it is. Football is life. People cry at these games. They're emotionally attached. People might go home and beat their wives if their team loses.
They go home and beat their meat after they hadn't had enough of the grotesque guys running around. 300-pound men running around in tight pants. I'm tired of it. I've had enough.
What are they supposed to play in? I don't understand. What are they supposed to play in?
Look at baseball players.
Yeah, they're fat slobs. That's why they can't get in anything else but those big baggy uniforms.
I mean, hey, those guys are still aerodynamic enough with their baggy clothing to get the job done.
No pads,
I mean,
man.
is it necessary for a 350-pound man to walk around with a jock strap on, sometimes jock strapless, with a see-through pants while sweating?
That's his choice.
I mean, are you kidding me?
I played football and I wore tights. What's the big deal? You have to wear them. You have to be flexible. You got to use all your speed. You got to use everything. People cut the insole of their shoes out to be faster. So what are you going to do? You're going to freaking walk around with big baggy pants on and run? I mean, I understand what you want them to do.
Spectator Sport.
You know what? I got one thing to say. Let's talk about things that just make you say, come on. You know, it's one thing with you saying that. Like, I'm tired of guys wearing tights like they're just cool to wear tights. Come on, man. You don't need to wear tights if you're playing flag football. I mean, I was in a flag football tournament. We're playing this team. The guy comes out with some white tights, all white tights with a short shirt. I mean, come on. Do I really want to guard a guy in a leotard with female pantyhose with some see-through tights? Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know about all that coming out in flag football and tights. I mean, I understand what they're used for, but as far as coming out with no shorts on over your tights, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, come on. I mean, but he's one idiot though, so go ahead. And you know, I used to wear tights under my pants, and they were for a purpose. They served a purpose, but it had nothing to do with, you know, being homosexual or anything like that. That's just what you had to be, you know, to do to have speed and, you know, maximize your, you know, everything when you're playing the game of football. That's just part of it.
I mean, it's just back to the arena, the gladiators. We're the spectators. That's what we do. We're onlookers. We look, we spectate, and we debate. You know what? If I'm tired of seeing it, I should let it be known. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm tired of seeing these fools walk around with no muscles and Under Armour shirts. I mean, what are you doing? No muscles and Under Armour doesn't mix. I mean, you can't have a compression shirt with nothing to compress. Come on.
The boys want to feel like they special. They want to be Cam Newton in the Under Armour commercial.
Cam Newton can do it, but are you kidding me? You're not Cam Newton. He's Cam Newton. Wear your regular baggy shirt because your rib cage is too compressed in your compression shirt. But let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. The World Series is here. Woo! You gotta love the World Series. Gotta love what's going on. St. Louis Cardinals versus the reigning champs, the Texas Rangers, with Josh Hamilton leading them at the helm. You got the guy, the man, unbelievable, Chris Carpenter. Started game one, got the win. Series tied at 1. What do you think about the World Series, Josh? No, you're not a big baseball guy. Give me something about the World Series.
I'm not a big baseball guy, but, you know, I heard the games were they're very good at this point in time. The first 2 games, you know, the Rangers pulled out a close one last night. You know, I know it came down to the wire in the 9th. You know,
I got to say this, Josh. The most exciting thing to me about this World Series is to know that Washington, the coach from Texas, got caught doing coke. So, I mean, if you got a cokehead as your coach, you can't go wrong.
prices.
Hey, Washington, no disrespect. We love what you do, man. Go Rangers. Keep doing what you do. Tony La Russa, you got caught driving drunk and what's that, spring training? They found him on the road drunk. So you got to love these guys because they're average guys.
Though?
Spectator
Next
Sport.
topic.